Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Natasha LaGrega and I'm here to tell you 10 tips to succeeding in college from a pre-med student. So this is actually my first video on YouTube. I know, hi YouTube world. And so just so you guys know a little bit about me, I am a pre-med student, meaning that right now I am in my undergraduate degree, and after I graduate, I want to go to medical school and become a physician. So that does mean I am getting an undergraduate degree, which right now my major is in microbiology and my minor is in psychology, just because those are my interests. So also I thought, since we're talking about college today, I would use my favorite mug. And so for people in the bio community, you would love this. This is my DNA mug. I think it's really cute and adorable, and I got my jasmine green tea. So let's talk about college. Now, the first thing on this list is taking care of yourself. And what I mean by that is kind of taking an all-around approach, a mental approach, a physical approach, an environmental approach. So to start off, taking care of yourself mentally, I think the best way to do this is to really just know yourself. Know what makes you anxious. Know what overdoing it is in your eyes, and making sure that you are participating in things that really make you happy. Mental health is a very important thing in college, and this kind of goes into all of the other things I'm going to talk about today as well. But college is a lot more stressful than high school, so making sure that you are doing things to stay mentally healthy is really important. Secondly, taking a physical approach. Take care of yourself physically. You know, think about what you're eating, what you're putting into your body. Think about going to the gym or maybe walking to class instead of taking the bus. But I can tell you personally that I am way more productive and I have way more energy when I'm taking care of myself physically, you know, eating well and exercising. There's just something about it that makes me mentally happier and makes me have so much more energy, so I'm actually better at the things I'm doing in the rest of my life. And then when I say environmentally taking care of yourself, I mean thinking about the environment you're putting yourself in. As you can see, we're in my room. I have it very decorated to what I like, because to me, I need to be in a cozy space, a space that feels like my home. So at the end of the day, no matter what I've been through, I know I have my little corner of the world that's just for me. Another thing that's really important when I talk about your environment is considering to pick up after yourself. So something I would consider doing if you're just coming to college is making a weekly regimen of just basic things you pick up. I find that when I keep my space picked up and free of clutter, that it makes my mind feel less cluttered. So when I sit down to do work, I'm not being stressed out about my own environment, thinking, oh my God, I gotta do the laundry. Oh my God, I really need to take the trash out. I have these things to do, because I've already done them in my quick little weekly regimen. So it just makes it one less thing I have to think about or stress out about, which again is really helpful for your mental health. So that was a big one, our number one, but I would say that's definitely one of the most important things to think about in college. Number two, get organized. And what I mean by this is keeping track of your stuff. I have an agenda where I write down all of my assignments, everything I need to do that week, including meal plans and workouts. That way I'm not forgetting about those things. I also like to have a big calendar in which I keep important dates. So these will include test dates. College tests are difficult, kids, okay? They are not like high school tests. Let me tell you, at least in my major, when I was in high school, I could study for like an hour or two for a test and I'd pretty much be good to go to get an A. And in college, it's way different. You can study for 10 or 12 hours and still not feel completely prepared. So I like to really know when my tests are coming. So I have a big calendar on the wall of my room that has all of my test dates for that month, so I can see it way in the future. Just keeping these things kind of organized and in visual places that you can see them at least really help me to be more on top of my life and be a lot more productive in what I'm doing. So number three, and this is a huge one, let's put this in all caps, okay? All caps. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Let me just let that sink in, okay? Don't be afraid to ask for help. This is so important in college, guys. First of all, I just want to say, if you think it's embarrassing, trust me, we've all been there, but just remember that nobody cares. In college, everybody is so focused on themselves and what they're doing, they're not thinking about if you're asking silly questions or something like that, which on a side note, there is never a silly question, okay? All questions are very valid. So the reason why this is so important is college is really hard, guys. College is harder than high school, so take advantage of your resources, and if you need help, do not be afraid to ask for help. College is hard. Nobody can do college on their own, and I'll be the first person to say I've had private tutors, I've done tutor groups, I've gone to office hours, done plus sessions, and I'm doing really well in college. So don't be afraid to ask for help. And also keep in mind, office hours are made for you, and it's a great chance to get to know your professors and connect with them. That could be a reference letter down the line. So just something to keep in mind. Okay, so number 4, find your niche. This is so important because college can feel really lonely if you don't have a support system. So what I mean by find your niche is join some clubs, do something you're interested in. Don't just do school. You know, school is great and you can definitely make friends in your classes, but I think it's really helpful when you have this other place you can go to during the day or in the evening that's just full of people who are like you and that you like and enjoy. I think finding your niche is really important because it just gives you that extra little support system that makes you feel more valued on a day-to-day. So, all right, let's go on to number 5. Do things you're passionate about. You know, don't just pick a major because you think that that's what your parents want you to do or because that's the thing to do now. You know, pick something you care about, something that's meaningful to you and that interests you. You know, college is hard, exams are hard, and you're going to be taking a whole lot of classes in your major every semester for 4 years. So make it something you like and something you're passionate about and that genuinely interests you, because that will make college so much more enjoyable. So number 6, don't let your GPA determine your self-worth. And this is something I think everybody has to kind of learn on their own in some way or another, you know, but I really encourage you to not think about your GPA at the end of the day. That can be really hard for people who are pre-med like me or want to go on to a graduate school, because your GPA is still going to be on that application when you're applying, and it absolutely matters. But if you're getting, you know, a B in a super hard class, don't freak out about it. As long as you've been trying your best and you've been putting all of your hard work into this hard class, if you get a B, it's really not that big of a deal. And fun fact, that is not a bad grade. So don't stress out, guys. There are so many paths to getting to what you want to do in life, and your GPA is a small part of that. All right, number 7, have healthy friendships and relationships. And I think this is a pretty obvious one, and this is something you should be doing in your life no matter if you're in college or not, in school or not. You should just always be thinking about this. Being in unhealthy relationships or unhealthy friendships is really toxic on your mental health and your functioning in life no matter what you're doing. And it's really important to recognize when something is affecting you in a negative way. All right, number 8, I feel like this is something probably lots of people talk about when they talk about college, but don't go crazy with the partying. So I'm gonna just give a disclaimer here. I am probably a very rare college student that I haven't been to a college party. I don't know, I like to say I'm an introvert at heart. I love being at home. I have 2 kittens and I love just cuddling them and hanging out with my boyfriend and cooking and baking, and I just have never, you know, that's never been my area. But I will say that I have plenty of friends who do. It's a totally normal thing to do in college. In general, don't go crazy with the partying. It can definitely affect the way you're performing in school and the way you're feeling about yourself. So just something to keep in mind. Just be smart, be safe. So that actually leads us into number 9, which is make smart and safe decisions. Again, this one's pretty self-explanatory. College is a lot of times the first time people are on their own, and things can definitely happen. There are definitely some very tragic stories. So just think about whatever being safe and smart means to you. Just keep that in mind if you're going to parties or even if you're just walking around on campus late at night. So buddy system is always a good way to go. So number 10, live your eulogy and not your resume. Don't go to college and just check boxes and do what you need to do to go to medical school or law school or graduate school or whatever it is you're doing. Don't check boxes. You know, if you're wanting to go to a graduate school, you should be doing it, first of all, because you're passionate about it and because that's genuinely what you really want to do in life. But second of all, if you're just going about your education, checking boxes so you can get to the next step, you're going to have a really unfulfilling experience. Your undergraduate career is a great time to get to learn so much about yourself, your interests, and to get to do some really cool and awesome things. So don't let that fly by. You know, do things that are meaningful to you. Do things that you would be doing whether or not you were applying to medical, law, graduate school, whatever, or not. You know, do these things because they matter to you and they're important to you, and your resume will build itself. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. Those were my 10 tips for succeeding in college. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'll try to make more videos like this if you like this. I know for me, it's definitely really nice to have advice about going into something. So that's what I'm gonna try to be here to give you guys. So if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe down below and give it a like, or tell your friends about it if they need some help in being successful in college. If you guys want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My Instagram is Natasha_Lagrega, and my Twitter is just Natasha Lagrega, and I will put all of that in the description down below. Really quick before we go, I want to introduce you to 2 of my stress relievers in my life. So hold on, let me go get them. So as I mentioned, I have 2 kittens, and they're actually both sisters. This is Chai. Look, hey, say hi guys, hi. Yes, so this is my little kitten Chai, and I have another one, Ariel. This is my other kitten, Ariel. And Ariel and Chai are both sisters, and they are 2 big stress relievers in my life. So have a great day, guys. Bye.